along that we're getting ready to do. The quilt is right behind me in the original 17 color bright version. I also have another version of the quilt right here that is in negative space. So the quilt blocks are floating around with white extra space around them, and it's so beautiful. The original quilt is 60 by 60 inches. The main quilt, the negative space quilt, can be all the way from twin to full to queen and king size. So, and then, so that's what the pattern includes, is all of those versions right here. But then for a limited time, we are also including in the foundation paper piecing version of the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. So if you've already purchased your pattern, hi Liz, or if you are want to purchase it within the next month, we will have the foundation paper piecing pattern that will be included in the original version. And the paper piecing is just so fun because it's teeny tiny, and sewing in teeny tiny is really trending right now. Like right here is the Love quilt block, and the quilt itself will be 20 inches by 20 inches, so it can be a really beautiful wall hanging, or it can be something that you actually frame. Hi Jane, hi Nice, hi Melody. It's so good to see you guys. I'm so excited. So when you order your pattern, you can order it as a PDF pattern, which is $29 for just the PDF, or you can also order it as a PDF and print copy of the pattern, and that's $35.99. But you're getting a lot of value for everything that you're purchasing. In addition, we're doing a sew along, and the Live Well, Live Strong quilt is not just a quilt, it's a skill building quilt. There's lots of skills you're going to learn and build as you make this quilt. But in addition to that, there are 26 quilt blocks, and these 26 quilt blocks are about women's wellness or women's health. And we're going to review those different quilt block topics as we make each block, and we're going to make 2 blocks each week. So this is giving you a slow incremental growth in quilting, but also in women's health and wellness topics. And it's nothing new age. It's just very basic, just very classic kind of health and wellness. So for example, love or can be service to others and how that can make us feel good. Belong can be like belonging to a community and making sure we're belonging to kind of the right people that help us be the best people possible. We've got here power, and power can come from nature. It can come from rest. It can come from God and your faith and your religion or your spirituality. It can be anything. Calm is a quilt block about peace. So there's lots of different quilt blocks, and of course the largest quilt block of all is strength. And strength is about having resilience and courage to conquer the things that we know that we need to do. So, and everything, all of the different things about health and wellness all build into that strength quilt block. So, but back to this. When you get your pattern, you can order it 2 different ways. One is the PDF, which lots of people have already purchased the pattern all around the world. So this is a sew along that's worldwide, and it's really a lot of fun. And but you can also get it as a print. And when you get it as a print copy, I mail it to you, and it comes like this. So let me go ahead and show you how I organize my pattern and how I organize things to get ready for the sew along so that I can feel comfortable with what I'm doing. Or this is just how I organize my pattern itself. So let me go ahead and show you. I know you guys have seen my 3-ring binder, but I'm going to show you how I organize that and how I get ready for the sew along, and how I kind of put things together in my own environment. Hello, Georgina. It's good to see you. So let's go ahead and flip that camera, and we're going to go to the overhead camera. So you can see right here. Let me just move that a little bit further. This is my cutting surface right here. And right here, I've got all of my supplies. I'll set aside my phone. Let me turn off the ringer too. Okay, so I get a 1-inch binder for to hold everything for the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. You could also get a 1.5-inch binder, and I like it white personally. And but it will, if you're doing the foundation paper piecing, then you might want the 1.5-inch binder. So yeah, Mary, it is on your wish list for Christmas. That's wonderful, because we have a sew along starting right now, but we're gonna start another sew along in February. So the sew along will be, it's happening right now, and I'm showing you guys how to organize your things. And on Monday, I'm going to show you how to print off your paper piecing pattern, and we are going to get started on our blocks next week. Okay, so what I do is I take the printed off pattern that I have right here. You guys may print it off at your home. And I actually, and let me go ahead and open this up because it comes in that plastic. And then what I do is it comes double-sided. So you've got double-sided sheets. So I like my cover sheet. I just print off an extra one, because when you get the print PDF, you get the PDF too. So you get the print and you get the PDF. So I put the cover of the pattern, I print off an extra cover, and I put that in the front, and then I print off an extra back sheet. And I go ahead and I put that back sheet in the back cover, and I purchase a binder that has like these little plastic sleeves that I can put in here. And then that way I can always recognize what I'm doing, or if I've run out of fabric or something, I can go ahead and change that around. So then I buy some of the sheet protectors, and these I get things from Office Depot because it's close to me. And sometimes I like to go buy things in person. Sometimes I will order them online. You guys can do whatever you feel comfortable with. But one thing I do is I get my sheet protectors, and whenever you order the pattern, or say your fabric kit, maybe you want to do the original colors, I've got other colorways there for you too. I take this little postcard that I send you guys when you purchase your pattern, and I slip that right here, because there's a lot of times I want to see this colorful picture, but I don't want to have to flip the book open or shut, and I might want this right next to my sewing machine when I'm sewing quilt blocks or whatever. And that it really is especially helpful for the foundation paper piecing too. Then I just take my pattern and I just slip it in. So you may have gotten the PDF copy and printed it off yourself at your home printer. Then just go ahead and I slip these pages into my binder right here, and I get everything all organized because I'm going to flip back and forth through these pages. I flip through mine a lot because you may want to make the original 60 by 60 inch quilt that is like a throw or a lap quilt, or you may be wanting to make this actually as a the negative space quilt. So whichever way you're wanting to make it, you may want to make it for a friend. Whatever you're wanting to do, you may want to do those things. So I would go ahead and I would put more of these pages in here, but I want to show you in the back. So back here in the back, it gives you the instructions on how, of all the different color options that you have available that I can sell you kits for that are available. We do now have a bed runner size, and that's available right here. And then we have the negative space size that is behind me that you can see there. And of course, it's been so fun to see people with all the different colorways. And I have to tell you, some of my favorite quilts, like Liz made one out of kind of the original 17 colorways. And Liz, if you could talk about how you made your other one out of your scrap fabrics. And she just pulled scrap fabrics real randomly. These are actually the templates in the back of the pattern. And I would go ahead and slide these into your sheet protectors until you are ready for them, so that they're handy and ready for you, because for the strength quilt block, you are going to want to use this template. For the movement quilt block, you're going to want to use that template. And there's one block in the regular quilt where you're going to learn and be introduced to just a little bit of foundation paper piecing. And that's what this pattern and this is for that grow quilt block. Okay, you do have a coloring sheet in your pattern, and once again, this is my last page, but I always kind of put it back in here. But this way, if you want to Xerox copy this coloring sheet off and have several different colorways, you can organize that into your binder. Okay, so let's go ahead and pretend that I kind of put all of my sheets in here, because of course there's still more pattern sheets right here. But let me show you that there is an easy version. In fact, let me go ahead and go into the pattern. Let's see here. I might have already put it in here. So just so you can see, so we have the blocks that are organized in the pages. In the new pattern, so right here is the movement quilt block. There is a harder version of this quilt block right here, and then there is an easier version of the quilt block. With this quilt block right here, you need to use this movement template, but a lot of people kind of struggled with this. So if you want to do it the easier way, this is all in half square triangles instead of using that template block. I did the same thing with the strength quilt block. So you've got two different versions. You've got an easy strength quilt block because there was this, and I call this pain points. There's sometimes in life when you have a pain point, and this little parallelogram, it's a pain point for people. So I wanted you guys to be able to get your quilt tops done, and if this is a pain point for you, you can easily just come in here and do it all by half square triangles. So I wanted to explain that to you. That's a new feature in the updated pattern, which the updated pattern is all complimentary to you. So if you've already purchased it, just go get your updated pattern, and now's the perfect time. You also have to purchase your new pattern if you've been holding off on it, because it's very well updated. This is the layout for the negative space quilt, and here's all the cutting instructions, and that's the bed runner. Okay, so that's kind of how the pattern works itself. And so then I'm going to set aside my page protectors. Oh, and let me mute my computer for a moment. So, oh, and I need to turn on that if you want to know where to get this pattern and to how to participate in the sew along, go ahead and go ask Facebook or that you would like, put in a question in the comments that you would like to know where to get the pattern. Okay, so there's another huge bonus with the pattern. Let me go ahead and flip I make worksheets for you guys that have to do with each of the block topics. So I'm going to show you a couple of these, but I do worksheets. So not only are we making a quilt, but we're working on, I think that this has everything in it. But what I do is I make a worksheet, and here's a worksheet that is all about, we'll just open it randomly, the routine quilt block, and how it's important to have a routine in our life, and that really provides us scaffolding so that we can do everything else that we want to do. This is the content quilt block, and how we need to just feel content in our lives, and what types of things we want to do to help build contentment in our lives. So since I have these worksheets for you, and these are complimentary for you to download, I am going to print a Live Well, Live Strong companion guide that has all of the worksheets in there and make that available for purchase, but it won't be on this Sew Along time. That one will be available in February. So because I have all the worksheets, I go ahead and I purchase a tabulated, this is from Avery, I purchased a tabulated table of contents, and I get it numbered is how I get mine, so that in the back of my binder, And really, maybe a 1.5 inch binder is better, or a 2-inch binder, because then you can put journaling sheets. So we'll take the plastic off these dividers, and I go ahead and I take that off. I like these dividers because they're numbered and they've got a nice, color system here, and they're secured, and they just look good. So I take these page protectors or dividers, and I just put them in my book. And so actually, I think I'm going to move up to a 2-inch so that when we start working on each of the block topics as we make the blocks, I put my worksheets and my journaling pages right in here of the goals that I'm making and the growth that I might be experiencing or what I'm working on that week. And so that is how I organize my binder, so that then when I'm printing off the worksheets, then I can go ahead and get that organized. And there's additional work. There's only 26 quilt. Well, there are 26 quilt blocks in this pattern. So you do have some extra tabs here. You can throw those away or save them for something different, or organize some other different things in there. For example, the foundation paper piecing part of this, if you're wanting, and that's why I've done some fun things. Let's go ahead and flip this around to the front camera. That is why I have done so many different versions of this sew along. I think it's fun to do, to do the sew along several different times, because we can always grow from all of these different things, whether it's sewing the quilt blocks together where you're making it in the original 60 by 60, or you're making it with the negative space that's going on there. And we have a version. Oh, look, you guys, here is, see if I can pull this out. Oh, I don't think I can pull it out without knocking this down. But we have the negative space available in the version that is just black and white. So you can get as creative as you want. You can make it traditionally, or you can do it very modern. How do you get the update? Okay, Melody, I sent you guys an email, but the password in the email, for those of you guys that have purchased it, it should be plural, not just the way it is. I'm going to send you another email with the right password, but I sent everybody emails that already purchased the pattern, and we've got quite a few of those sold. So that's how, but I'm going to send you another update, another email today for those that have purchased the pattern, so that you know where you can get the foundation paper piecing. So, and because that's what I'm going to talk about next. These are the foundation paper piecing blocks. So we are going to have a video on how to make the regular size blocks, okay? And the regular size, you can use it in this version or this version. And then we're going to have another video that will summarize how to do the foundation paper piecing. And I want to show you how that works. So, and I've been kind of waiting to send this off because I've got specific, and this is what we're going to talk about on Monday, is how to print off your foundation paper piecing pattern. You could print it off on regular paper, but you might struggle just a little bit, because here we have a block with the regular paper that we've printed off, and it just kind of got pretty thick on the sewing machine. It'll work, and especially on the smaller blocks. But when you really start lining up these blocks with the teeny tiny piecing, it gets a little frustrating. So I recommend that you just buy regular newsprint, or you could buy on Amazon foundation paper piecing paper, which is similar to a newsprint. This is kind of like paper that you would see in elementary school for kids to maybe draw a picture of what their family looked like. Okay, either way, it's 8.5 by 11 inches. I talked to my printer yesterday about having them print off a batch for you guys. Let's see here. Did you fix the email login? Okay, Elizabeth, the password is plural. The login is good. But yes, it does. You will go download it through the email, but through your sale invoice sale. But I just sent you an email with the update, and the password is plural. Okay, it has an S on the end of it. But I will be sending you another email so you can download the foundation paper piecing. But you want to get, so if you don't have newsprint yet, I have not been able to find newsprint at my local office supply, I haven't been able to find it at like Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I haven't been able to find it at a local store here in Salt Lake City. So I ordered my newsprint 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper to go through my regular printer, like a laser printer or an inkjet printer. And it does work well. And I've tested it so that the ink doesn't bleed into your fabric or anything else. So just regular newsprint will work, or you can purchase some foundation paper piecing fabric. Just got in, but have you announced when the sew along will start? Okay, so what we're doing right now, Elizabeth, is we're starting the sew along. And I hope you saw the negative space quilt, but I'm going to send out another email. And it will start next week. So we're going to do it as a sew along, where you can do it as foundation paper piecing, as traditional piecing, whatever you want to do. But I will have a fun bonus course, and it'll be $150, but I'm doing a $50 off. That if you guys want to do the course with me through Zoom, then I can talk to you guys too. So we're going to do the regular sew along. There's tons of new bonuses for the people that are in the course, but you don't have to do the course to get the quilt done. It's just, I want to see your faces. And I'm going to have a back end to the course where there's lots of extra things in the back end, and things are really organized for you guys. So you can do the course, or you don't have to do the course either. So it's up to you. But it's fun to spend one-on-one time with each other and to help you guys through the pain points. So anyways, and all of the videos through Zoom will be saved, but also all of the videos through just the regular one. And we're going to make 2 blocks a week. So we're going to do that next week. And yes, I know, Elizabeth, don't worry. With COVID, there has been a huge impact with everybody in their lives, and I want to make sure that this is available just extra, to everybody as the sew along. And I will still have my live videos. The course will just have some extra things in there, and we can do Zoom videos and all of that kind of stuff. And I know sometimes it's financially hard, but I will have a payment plan of 3 payments, I think, or 4 payments at $30 or something like that. So we will have a little bit of a payment plan, but you guys, it's going to be okay. All right. So everything is still going to be offered together. So what I want you to do is, if you already have your patterns, and it's not too late to order your pattern, and I'll get it shipped to you right away. But when you order it, if you get a printed copy, you will have the PDF that you can immediately print yourself, and you have it available on your computer screen so that you can start the sew along with us. I will mail you your print copy. It's on a thicker paper, so it's kind of nice, but it's up to you guys. But the PDF works great. And you're going to learn all about Zoom. But what I want you to do is, I want you to get your binder. If you want to organize it this way, this is how I do it. Get your page protectors and get your sheet page dividers. Oh my gosh. And then get some newsprint paper. You can kind of find it in, say at the office supply where it's glued together. I just wasn't going to, where it's like a tablet of newsprint, but I haven't tried putting that through my printer. So I just recommend getting just the individual sheets. Let me know if you guys have like a pad there and you can peel it off real carefully and put it through your printer. So anyways, it's going to be so exciting and fun. This, I can't wait to show you mine that's 20 by 20 inches. I'm going to be doing some extra videos for you guys to see what the 20 by 20 looks like. And it's just so exciting and fun. But I wanted to go through what you can do to organize and to do all those kind of things, how I organize mine. You also want to make sure that you put my business card in the front and my number. My phone number is on almost every single page of this pattern. My email addresses, you know, it's pretty much everywhere. So if you have questions, that you can call me and get a hold of me. Okay, you guys, so that's how we are getting organized. So we're getting organized for the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. If you're going to do foundation paper piecing, go ahead and order your newsprint or see if you can find some at a store nearby for you. You'll need about 20 pages of newsprint. So I went ahead and ordered reams of it. If you need me to order, to print it off for you, let me know and I can make an arrangement like that. It'll be just a small amount of money. Newsprint isn't very expensive. And if we can do it in black and white sheets, then that'll be a lot less expensive. And I'll figure out what that is and put an option in there for you guys. So anyways, we will learn all about Zoom. We're going to learn all about all sorts of different kinds of things. And it's going to be fun. And since this is the first time we've done the Live Well, Live Strong course as a course, the Sew Along as a course, I'm giving you guys a really deep discount on that course because it's a 3-month Sew Along, and we'll be doing more things after that because I want to teach you guys how to quilt it and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm going to have you guys help me build the content for the course too, which is really going to be a lot of fun. And we're gonna test out some different things and different methods. And anyways, it's going to be a great thing. And we'll have a private Facebook group for just Live Well, Live Strong people. So anyways, have a good one. And we will talk to you a little bit later. So pick up your patterns if you want to, or dust your pattern off and your pieces you've already sewn, but you haven't finished the quilt. And we're going to get you going and get you so that you've got a finished quilt top and that you just feel uplifted by the different topics of the different quilt blocks and just feel enriched and feel good about working on life and about just feeling good about yourself and feeling motivated and all those kinds of things. Anyways, if anyone can give me any testimonials about doing the course, the Sew Along last time, please email me how you felt about it and if it was good and inspiring for you, and also ways that we can improve it. So love you guys so much, and I'll be back on Monday. We will talk about how to print everything and to print your foundation paper piecing. So there's specific instructions on that, and that's what we're going to talk about on Monday. And then we will start making 2 blocks next week. They're very easy. You guys have fun, and we'll see you later. So the first 2 blocks that we're doing are fuel and leisure. So those will be our 2 blocks that we will sew next week. Love you guys tons. Have a great day and a good weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.